Rajapaksas demand Ranil holds general election first. Jananayake rejects Hirunika's reference to AKD. Trade unions join Rajapaksa deserter bandwagon. Gampaha SLMP MP caught carrying tails. Telephone party in fighting out at the Diawana.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Rajapaksas demand Ranil holds general election first. Talk is spreading like wildfire that a general election will precede the presidential polls. President Ranil Wickremesinghe is reportedly under intense pressure from Basel and Nimal to dissolve parliament after the Sinhala Tamil New Year and hold parliamentary polls in early July. A newspaper, whose editor is loyal to Basel, reported about a secret discussion that took place between certain ruling and opposition seniors to bring in a dissolution resolution to Parliament. They agreed to prepare a list of MPs agreeable to it. A final decision is expected by the leaders of their parties. Even Basel said upon his arrival from the US that a general election could be held first. Nimal, who badly wants to see that happen, went to the home of a top UNP politician recently and told him thus: "If a presidential election is held first, the president will lose even with our support. That will be a disadvantage for us at the general election. You too will lose again. So, tell the president that the best thing is to go for a general election first. We can give it a fight at a general election. Even if the election is lost by a small margin, the president can get some SJB, Tamil and Muslim MPs to support him to form a national government. Then we can name him the presidential candidate of that government," Nimal went on. Asking the UNP senior to explain matters to Ranil, he said their support should not be expected if their proposal was rejected. But Ranil seems not to have taken any of these threats seriously, because many MPs from the SJB, Nimal Lanza faction and Tamil and Muslim parties promised him support if he gave up on the Rajapaksas. Also, he is said to be under international pressure to adopt the agreed-upon laws and speed up economic reforms before the presidential polls. Ranil's choice will come to be known in a few weeks' time. Nimal and Basel want to push him to the wall, but it could boomerang on them, and a further division of the SLPP is unavoidable then. Jananayake rejects Hirunika's reference to AKD. Yet another instance of an all-out attack on the Compass and its leaders happened just days ago. SJB's Hirunika Premachandra made a reference to Anura Kumara Disanayake, which she said was narrated by tuition master Tisa Jananayake. She said that according to Jananayake, his university roommate used to jump out of the hostel window in the dead of the night and to return in the morning to have some sleep. That person is AKD. Hirunika said AKD did not study during his university days, but he would have gone to commit robberies and murders. Jananayake reacted to her on the following day via Facebook, rejecting the claims attributed to him by Hirunika. Referring to a YouTube video in which he narrated the incident, he explains it to be true that AKD did not remain in the hostel room on certain nights. He refuses to take responsibility for everything else she says beyond that. Jananayake adds that he clearly says in the video that AKD's nightly absences were due to his chosen political activities. Jananayake did not care about the Compass when he was busy fueling the racist fire that made Gota the president. But now he promptly responds if any reference is made to the JVP-led Compass and checks for facts. That's how much the political chemistry has changed. Trade unions join Rajapaksa deserter bandwagon. More crossovers from the SLPP are happening. Former Western Provincial Councillor Gunasiri Jayanath has joined Nimal Lanza's alliance. He met Lanza and Anura Yapa to discuss future plans, said sources at the party office in Rajagiriya. He also hosted a meeting at his Delgoda home for the alliance's activists in the Biyagama electorate. Their operations chief Siripala Amarasinghe too joined in. Jayanath explained to all how he was unfairly treated by Mahinda and other Rajapaksas and strongly criticised the SLPP. In the meantime, Basel has instructed party seniors to plan how to get back union leaders who deserted the party. Most of these unions are now with the Lanza faction, pledging their support for Ranil. Now, these trade union leaders are getting telephone calls every day, inviting them to return to the SLPP. Preschool union leader Asanka Srinath said they had no intention of doing politics ever again with that party. So, it is very unlikely that one after another of telephone calls could change their mind. Gampaha SLPP MP caught carrying tales. Presently, the SLPP's Gampaha district leader is in the game to select a presidential candidate. He prefers the incumbent, but this has been interpreted by some as being anti-Rajapaksa. Another from the same district who is known for his high-handed behaviour has been caught red-handed for carrying tales against the district leader. Recently, he organised a meeting in his electorate. Present on the occasion was the eldest son of the party's big boss. He was quite surprised by the big crowds in attendance. What the Gampaha man had done was to bring people from the entire district because those in his electorate do not like him much. As the meeting was nearing its end, he explained to the boss's son his qualifications to be the next district leader. He even made remarks critical of the incumbent. Surprisingly, all these became known to the district leader swiftly. Telephone party in fighting out at the Diawana. An MP from the telephone party is the head of a committee at the Diawana. Now, there is a complaint that he does not allow his party chief to speak at the Diawana committee meetings. The complaint by a key opposition organiser was made at the Business Affairs Committee headed by the chief of Diawana. That one advised him to get it settled within their party. Opposition members reacted by saying that the committee chairman was appointed not by them, but by the government. Anyway, the opposition boss himself did much to get him to that position. Actually, he could well have been caught in the game played by the government. That's how things happen in politics these days. Expect things to get more interesting by the new year. That's it for today.